lovely, beautiful astrology soulmates, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of May 17th, where this week we are going to say a happy birthday to our Gemini friends. So let me just say it right now. Happy birthday, Gemini friends. Your season is officially on. As well, this week we are going to welcome Saturn into its retrograde, so it will be the second outer planet that is in its retrograde cycle for the 2021 year. This is important, I think. I know that sometimes we hear about the outer planets going retrograde and it's quiet and it's not that big of a deal. I feel like they have a tremendous impact in what we're available to do with them and what they reveal to us. So we've already got Pluto, who's in retrograde, and he's already interacting with other planets, including where we're going to start at the beginning of the week. But then Saturn will take its retrograde as we end this week on Sunday. So we'll get into that in just a minute as well. All right, right here at the beginning of the week on the 17th on Monday, we've got the Sun, who's still in the energy of Taurus at this particular point, in a trine to Pluto, who is retrograde in the energy of Capricorn. Now, make sure you grab your chart because you're going to want to locate where 27 degrees of Capricorn and 27 degrees of Taurus is at, so that you can see where this trine is interacting, okay? Now, the Sun is our light, heat, life, and vitality, so we're motivated. There's lots of energy happening where the Sun is at. It's also hugely illuminating something that is going on, and it is likely illuminating things that we find beautiful, things that are aesthetically pleasing to us. So it's funny, with Pluto being retrograde here, one of the things I think of is because Pluto's retrograde, so he's turned to the past. He's saying, well, look, I found this thing over here. Here's this thing going on over here. There's this evolution, or here's this revelation of something going on over here. So, you know, one of the things I was thinking of is, oh, is this where you find that recipe that you lost? Taurus loves that. Is this where you find your car insurance paperwork that you lost? Is this where you find that receipt you couldn't find? Did you find your earrings? You know, what are these beautiful earth material plane kinds of things that you find that are able to be revealed here? Now, the Sun also being in trine to Pluto, I will tell you, if there has been something that has been off, there has been some kind of deception, or there's been something hidden, I think that Pluto in its retrograde helps to bring this to the light and put a revelation on it. So whether or not it was something that was purposely hidden from you, or it's something that, you know, even you overlooked, then this is an energy that I think the Sun is able to reveal this. Now, the last thing that I want to say that I think is really very positive in this trine, because it's such an easy energy and it creates such an opportunity that truly you could be taking yourself back to getting organized. Taurus is dependable, practical, typically pretty organized, holding things down. And if things have kind of come unshuffled in the last couple months, I think that this is an energy that will help you get resituated in what you need to do to have that real solid foundation. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true too. So I do think if for some reason, if you've also lost touch with your sensuality, not your sexuality, but your sensuality, earth signs really do things in the material plane. So having a connection with the physical body is very important to earth energy. So if you've lost touch, or you feel like you left your sexy somewhere and you just haven't been able to find it, you know, this could be the energy as we travel with this, where you're like, oh, look, it was behind the couch cushion the whole time. So you may be getting your sexy back, okay? As we get to the 19th, we're going to see Venus now in a trine with Saturn. Now, Venus has moved on just last week into the energy of Gemini, and of course Saturn is still here in the energy of Aquarius, and they are trining each other at 14 degrees. Now, a Venus-Saturn trine I actually love, because not only is it this very romantic-y kind of energy, but it's a bit more serious. It's grounded. You can know if I'm falling in love with, or I feel called to, or I feel magnetized towards something, or someone feels magnetized towards me, or an opportunity feels magnetized towards me, I can usually take smart advantage of it, because Saturn is bringing that grounding element to the table. It can also be a time too where, you know, Saturn's in the energy of Aquarius, our groupings, our social things, where it's the individual, but the individual adds to the whole. This could be a time where you're like, yeah, I want to speak love. I want to speak love that brings affection my way. I want to I want to say things, and I want to put love out in the world, or I want to make deals that are financially smart and going to bring something delicious into my life. Whatever it is, this is a relatively grounded trine, so I think whatever opportunities present themselves, remember the trine just brings the opportunity, but you have to go towards it. You have to take advantage of the opportunity that is given to you right then and there, okay? On the 20th, we see the sun moving into the energy of Gemini. Happy birthday again, my Gemini friends. I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful season. I hope that all of the Taurus work that we have done for the last 4 weeks got you prepared and set and motivated for what you want for your next annual year. But remember, even if you don't have a sun in Gemini placement, you're not a Gemini rising, any of those kinds of things, we all have Gemini areas of our chart. So where is 0 degrees of Gemini in your chart? Because the sun is lighting that up. It's bringing light, heat, life, vitality, motivation. It's like, hey, pay attention to me over here. So look at where the Gemini areas of your chart is at, because for the next 4 weeks, you've got a whole bunch of light to help you illuminate that area. Not to mention next week, we're going to have an eclipse actually in the opposing energy of Sagittarius, which will also light up this Gemini area as well. So just take a peek at that on your chart and see where the sun is guiding your big, beautiful heart to speak, to network, to be social, to study, to get that blog going, to finally get that book written so you can publish that darn thing, to do some short distance travel. Maybe you need a break. It's like, oh, we have been inside forever. I have just got to go see rocks or something. You know, I've got to get out of here. What do you got to go see that brings a little bit of that airy excitement and quality into your life as the sun is here in Gemini? On the 21st, we're going to see that sun who's just come into the energy of Gemini squaring up against Jupiter in Pisces. Now, these guys are going to make their meet their square up at 1 degree of Gemini and Pisces, okay? As the sun and Jupiter square against each other, this is one of the squares that I genuinely love the most, because it's almost as if your motivation and the intensity to move or to get something done being blocked by the not knowing how to do it motivates you to learn how to do it, right? It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna push this forward. And even if you're going after something and you feel like you know what's going on, the square from Jupiter will show you that maybe you do not know exactly how to do that. You don't have the wisdom, or you don't have enough faith, or you don't have the belief or the understanding structure. So you do stumble with it a little bit, but it makes you learn in the process. And as you're going, it's like, you know, I think about crawl, walk, run. This is absolutely something that I think presents itself under this particular square. So it tends to be really, really useful. Not to mention that we've got, you know, the sun here in Gemini. So it's pretty ready to learn. It's pretty ready to network. It's pretty ready to be busy. Squaring against Jupiter could also be here too, though, while you're out there and you're being busy and you're trying to rally your ideas or spread information at greater lengths or something like that, you realize that I can't get my message any further until I learn to do this thing. So the challenge here actually is the really great portion of this square, okay? Now, as we get to the 22nd, we see Mercury, who's over here being a busybody, in the energy of Gemini as well, squaring against Neptune. Now, of course, Mercury in Gemini, Neptune in the energy of Pisces, okay? So as these two square against each other, information is not so clear. Perhaps you were doing something yesterday, realized you didn't fully have the know-how on how to get it done, and now what you can be doing under this square is being like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, maybe this isn't the will of the universe. It's like you can talk yourself out of what you are actually doing, instead of just stepping in and saying, maybe I need to learn more. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to develop in faith. You can use this square to talk yourself out of it and get very, very defeated because the information is just not clear. And instead, what I think is, instead of letting your judgment catch you and take you to a place that is not discernment, it's simply an incorrect judgment of you or what you're doing, use this energy today to be kind to yourself, to realize that you can't know everything. You're not expected to know everything. If you knew everything, you probably wouldn't be here anymore anyways. You're still here to learn. Give yourself some grace, unconditional love, and forgiveness for the portions of you that have these big, beautiful ideals, but they maybe need a little bit more time to develop them. I will tell you, I do not think that a Mercury-Neptune square is a great day to be signing any kind of documents, any way, shape, or form, but you trust your intuition. I trust the astrology. You trust your intuition, because that's going to be a greater a greater guide for you, okay? As we're closing out this week on the 23rd, we're going to see we're going to see Saturn heading into its retrograde. Now remember, it's our second outer planet that is headed into its retrograde cycle. So now we've already got Pluto who's slowing down. So we're starting to see things out in the world, in our communities, globally, start to shift energy. They are under review, they are under revision. Now Saturn, being that next very traditional authoritative energy, stepping into his retrograde at 14 degrees of Aquarius and backing up all the way until October. As Saturn takes its retrograde, we really go back over what Saturn has shown us is not working in the Aquarian areas of our chart. I like to think about it like this. As Saturn came into the energy of Aquarius, whenever Saturn comes into a new sign, he starts looking around and saying, okay, where are the structures not steady here? Where does this not have enough maturity and solid foundation behind it? Because I want to take you to the next level. I want to help you to advance and to mature and to have the next best thing for you in this area. But we got to see what really hasn't been working first. That's why as Saturn ingresses into a sign, sometimes it's like boom, 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 boom. We feel like we get hit with all these things. The doubt can come, the loneliness can come, and that is Saturn. That is a Saturnian indicator to get busy developing your faith, get honest about what's going on in your life, start to take a crap ton of personal responsibility. And then during this retrograde portion of Saturn, what you saw wasn't working. Saturn shows up, hands open, saying, work with me, walk with me, don't fight against me, and I will show you how to mature in this area and take this to the next level, right? So it's like you got to go back and really look at all of those things, but as you're doing it with the wisdom of Saturn being backwards, ready to look over everything you've just seen in this particular area. So look at where the Aquarian areas in your chart are from 0 degrees to 11 degrees. What have you seen in the Aquarian areas of your chart? And you've been getting hit with it. Now Saturn is not just this big old bully. It's really coming to be a helper. And also in those areas, if you've already done the work, you've put on the hustle muscle, Saturn will likely have dropped some rewards for you, even if you internally don't know how to handle them quite yet. So take a look, get very different seating, right? So I like to look at life as like a football stadium or a basketball stadium, whatever you like, right? And from here, we're on the ground floor. We've got floor seats. We can see the game and the sweat. It's delicious, right? But it doesn't really give us a view of everything happening down on the court. So sometimes we've got to get into the nosebleed seating, and this is what we have the opportunity to do with Saturn. Really look around and see what's been going on and saying, oh, I can adjust here, and it is going to give me more discipline and structure, and with great discipline is going to come great freedom for me. So I hope that this makes a lot of sense to you, and I look forward to seeing where are the Saturnian areas that are being lit up for you that you're going to be under review. I will tell you, mine is in the 6th house of being organized like crazy. Thank goodness for Miss Sasha, my assistant, and also in the areas of health. So I'll keep you guys posted. You keep me posted too, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I love you a ton, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.